When most people picture Iceland, they picture the famous sites like the Blue Lagoon, Golden Circle, or the waterfalls of the South Coast. But what if I told you that some of Iceland's best places are off the beaten path? There are hidden gems that few travelers even know about. In today's video, I'm talking about some of the places that are definitely worth your time. And I'm gonna show you how to get there as well. Hey, my name is Jeannie and I've been exploring Iceland for the past 10 years. I've written guidebooks and itineraries that have over 500 five-star reviews, and my mission is to help you plan the best trip ever. Let's get into it. As you might know, Iceland is kind of known as the land of 10,000 waterfalls. But while the most popular waterfalls get all the attention, there are some gems that are tucked away waiting to be discovered. First up is one of my personal favorites, and that is Skogafoss. Skogafoss is located in South Iceland in the Þjórsárdalur Valley, and it is one of the tallest waterfalls in Iceland. I absolutely love this waterfall because you are pretty much out in the middle of nowhere once you are revealed to this waterfall. It's definitely off the beaten path on a bumpy road. Less crowded in the way that I mean maybe a couple of other people will be there, and you are surrounded by incredible nature. This waterfall is massive. It has a neighbor waterfall, and then it flows out into this big, beautiful valley. Incredible. Next up on the list of waterfalls you can't miss is Dynjandi. This is a waterfall located in the West Fjords, and it's known as the Queen Jewel of the West Fjords. And it's actually a series of 7 waterfalls that cascade down from about a height of 100 meters. I absolutely love spending time around this waterfall because you could easily be here for an hour just kind of hiking around and admiring the different waterfalls. Not to mention, you are right on a fjord nestled between 2 big mountains, so the scenery around this area is unbelievable. Dynjandi is located in kind of an obscure area. It's not really located by a town, so it can be more difficult to get to, but it is well worth it. Now, Iceland is also famous for its geothermal pools, and while most people want to add the Blue Lagoon to their itinerary, consider a couple of other hidden gem options. The first one is the secret lagoon, called Gamla Laugin in Icelandic. This is located in the town of Flúðir on the Golden Circle. It's a more budget-friendly option in terms of a hot spring and way less commercialized than the Blue Lagoon. This is going to be more of an authentic hot spring experience because you are actually in a pool. And so it doesn't have that milky blue water. It doesn't have the fancy mask, but it has all of that hot water in the middle of Icelandic nature feel. And another favorite not to miss is the Mývatn Nature Baths in North Iceland. It's been nicknamed the Blue Lagoon of the North for a reason. You'll see that the milky blue waters and surrounding lava rocks kind of give it that Blue Lagoon feel, but it is much more affordable and definitely less crowded. So if you're planning on spending any time in the north, definitely check this place out. If you're planning to explore Iceland's hidden gems, it's helpful to have a guide to include detailed information about off the beaten spots that are often overlooked by tourists. In my guides, you'll find hidden waterfall locations, hiking trails, off the beaten path geothermal spots, and a detailed map that helps you navigate to all of these remote places of Iceland. Grab your guide in the description below and start planning the Iceland trip of your dreams. So with all of the beautiful mountains around Iceland, it's a hiker's paradise, but the trails can get a little crowded. So here's a couple more remote trails that you could consider adding to your itinerary and get away from the crowds. First up is Fimbulfalls. This is one of my absolute probably top 3 hikes in Iceland. It's a route that takes you between Skogafoss waterfall and Thorsmörk in the Highlands, and you are gonna be walking through some incredible scenery. You start off by walking past 26 waterfalls before you get to the volcanic landscape, which is all covered in volcanic rocks. You feel like you're on Mars. And then you're gonna come up to next to some glaciers, and then you're gonna get into the lush Thorsmörk Valley, which is covered in green, and you are gonna wonder where on earth you are. This hike is incredibly scenic, but a little bit more on the difficult side and requires a lot more planning. So if you're thinking about adding this one to your itinerary, definitely check out the video that I've already made about this. But I cannot say enough good things about this trail. If you are even more adventurous, then you could consider the Laugavegur Trail. This is a route that runs between Landmannalaugar to Thorsmark, and this is something that's going to take 4 days to complete. It's Iceland's most famous multi-day treks, where you're going to be walking through the colorful painted mountains, hiking through some rivers, staying at remote huts, and then ending in the lush Thorsmark Valley. You're gonna get all of those different scenic locations like the glaciers and the volcanoes and the hot springs. It's going to be incredible, but again, this is for a very experienced hiker, or make sure that you get to go with a guide. Now, a lot of people are aware of the towns Reykjavik, Vik, but there are some hidden villages that are tucked away that are definitely worth the stop. And these little villages are where you're gonna wanna go if you really wanna experience Icelandic culture at its finest. First is Seyðisfjörður. I've talked about this place in many different videos, and it is located in the Eastfjord region. It's about 20 to 30 minutes off the ring road, so it's not right on the main route. You definitely have to go off the beaten path, down the mountain pass, but once you get there, you are going to feel like you are in a fairy tale village. This is the town with the rainbow road that leads up to the incredibly iconic and picturesque church. You are set down in the fjord with massive mountains on either side, cute colorful buildings, delicious cuisine, and this is the town that the famous skateboarding scene from Walter Mitty was filmed in. So you got a little bit of pop culture and then a little bit of Icelandic cuteness, and I cannot recommend this town enough. On the opposite side of the country is Ísafjörður. This is a remote village in the Westfjords that is much more difficult to get to because the Westfjords are not accessible year-round, and the roads to get there are long, windy, and bumpy. Ísafjörður is one of those villages, again, that's nestled in a fjord with gigantic mountains on either side. And it's a fishing village, so you're getting all those cute wooden fishing boats and all the breathtaking mountain views, colorful buildings, all of the things. And not to mention one of the best fish restaurants in the whole country. This is definitely the place that you're gonna wanna visit if you're looking for peace and solitude combined with Icelandic culture. And there you have it, some of Iceland's best hidden gems. You cannot go wrong with adding one or all of these places to your itinerary. If you're ready to plan your adventure to these amazing spots, don't forget to grab my travel guides below. I'll see you in the next video, but until then, happy planning.